Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another round of the Boom Boom Room. Hi, I'm your host, Ray Mancini, and I'm here sitting with my ace cornerman. First of all, my spit bucket man, Viking Jim.
Hi, Ray.
Here you go. We got to get the sound effect. Really do it. It adds so much flavor to it.
We get that new studio in, it's going to be beautiful.
And also my new cut man, Joe Danier. Jabbin' Joe Danier.
I like Joe. That one. I like
Jabbin'
that
Joe.
one. That's
Yes.
cool. That's cool.
So, anyway, today we're going to talk about a lot of things. Boxing, this past weekend. Boxing coming up. Also, we're going to have my top 5 list. Best kept hidden secret in Youngstown. And, the Cavs, are doing great. They swept the Toronto Raptors, which a lot of people thought the Raptors might be going to the finals. They actually thought it was going to be Raptors and the Celtics in the finals. And LeBron and the gang led the gang, man. He led the gang, and they came through. So we have a lot to talk about, especially if you're, here in Northeastern Ohio. Let's talk about the fight this weekend. Triple G versus Vanes Martirosyan. And before the fight last week, we talked about it. I said, look, Martirosyan is a terrific fighter. He really is a good fighter. He came from the 2004 Olympic team, turned pro. He's had a very solid career, top contender. He's fought everybody, never got knocked out, never got stopped. And the guys beat him, are guys who are top contenders and champions. Oh man, I got my phone. I better put my phone on. I apologize about that. She's a solid guy, but he hadn't fought in 2 years. And so everyone said, well, why is he fighting Triple G now? Well, the Canelo fight fell through. And this is what I try to explain to people. They said, well, why couldn't he get a better opponent? And I'll read off some potential opponents they were talking about. They said, well, why wouldn't he fight, Jamal Charlo or a Demetrius Andrade, top contenders? And I tell people, it's just like this. You're getting ready for something. You're so excited. You prepare, and then there's a letdown. When you have the emotional letdown, not a physical letdown, emotional letdown. Prepare yourself, picking yourself back up to go in against another monster. It's very difficult. Not the guy. It wasn't the beast that you thought you were going to fight. So you get another beast. Well, it's a letdown. So not that Martirosyan is an easy fight by no means, but they took a fight that they thought would be a safer fight. Not because you want to, you're trying to, the Triple G can't fight, protect the guy, you got to protect him. No, it's a letdown. You don't want to put him in against any big, like I said, another beast that's going to come in, possibly catch him. Anybody can get caught at any time. And if you have that letdown, it's hard, you get caught, you go down, you get beat, and then you don't recover, and your people say, that was our fault. It was an emotional letdown. We shouldn't have put him in against such a tough guy. We put him in against a good fighter, the right type of fight, that he stays sharp, should win, and then go on to the next one, and get some good work in during the fight. Get some good work in the meantime. It's almost like, lack of a better word, I hate to say it's a paid exhibition, but it's something like that. Plus, a lot of these top contenders are not jumping to fight Triple G either. Don't get me wrong. So they're training for other fights. But just like if I was training for a fight, but Martirosyan was training, he didn't have a fight in mind, and they offered him Triple G. Of course he took it. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. The payday.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
His biggest payday. And he's funny because I read where Martirosyan said he was sitting there and playing with his kid on the bed on a Sunday morning, and he got the call. Yeah, that's something.
Now, how much time did that give him to actually get ready?
A couple of weeks, but he was in the gym. He had been in the gym, but
you train harder for a bigger fight, though, don't you?
You got to train differently.
Okay.
Of course. So you got to get the right type of sparring and stuff. So, but he came in and he said he wasn't going to run, and he didn't. The first round, he jabbed, he moved, he jabbed, he moved. Second round, Triple G's came at him, and Martirosyan fought all the tough guys, all the big punchers. He said, this guy hits like a train. Every punch he felt he got hit by a train. So that attests to Triple G's punching power. And so he knocked him out in the second round. And Martirosyan didn't dog it. He went in, he stood there, took punches. He fought him as hard as he could, and got caught clean on the chin and went down.
Got a question already coming in from Mark Vickers out there.
Oh, sure.
Says, hey Ray, do you think Andre Ward would come out of retirement to fight Bellew?
Who knows? You know, I mean, Tony Bellew, I didn't know a whole lot about him until this past fight when he beat David Haye. Big, strong guy. Andre Ward is a terrific fighter, obviously. You know, his career is a little uneasy. What I say, uneasy, meaning he fought, then he was off for a long time, come back, but then he beat the top guys. Always beat the top guys. He hasn't lost since what they said he was 12 years old, 13 years old, something, or maybe 8 years old in the amateurs sometime. He hadn't lost in over 20-something years. My point. Yeah. So that's incredible streak, you know. And he won the Nationals 3 or 4 years straight in the National Golden Gloves and AAU tournaments. So you know, it could be interesting if he was interested in another good payday and another challenge. But he's got a nice gig with HBO, so that's good. You know, I gotta watch my hankies here hanging out there. You gotta get it right. We gotta get this right. Yeah, folks, I didn't come in with the usual T-shirt today. A little special occasion here.
You look good.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. You know, you gotta get it right. You know, I wanted to look right for the show today, so I thought I'd dress up a little bit.
You look sharp, man.
No, actually, it's my bride's birthday today, so we'll be taking her to dinner after the show. So
happy birthday!
Thank you. I appreciate the fact. Yes, and she doesn't look a day older.
but to you. Hey, let me throw something at you though. What about Triple G wanting the random drug screening with Canelo?
Well, yeah, I mean it's mind games. It's mind games. You play Triple G. Hey, you screwed up. I didn't screw up. So now you're going to be put on blast. Okay. You're going to be getting checked out when I want you to get checked out.
Okay.
We tried to do VADA. That didn't work. You failed 2 times. Not once, but twice you failed their test. So now I'm going to have my own testing done with you too. And you know, at this point, I think Triple G's kind of tired of it. I think he's kind of tired of the
drama.
The drama, right. And, you know, Canelo, if you really wanted to fight, you would have been clean. If you really wanted to fight Triple G, you would have done the right things. And I'm not saying Canelo did it on purpose by no means. I think he's a professional. I think he did it, you know, he didn't realize what he was doing.
The Mexican meat?
I don't think, Mexican meat. I don't think, it was like anything. He didn't think he'd get caught. That's the bottom line.
There you go.
So,
you know, like the great Richard Petty said, it ain't cheating if you don't get caught.
That's right. And everybody who I've listened to about the situation has said he must have forgotten about, you know, I guess when you're taking this stuff, you got to go on a series of weeks, you know, and you go on, you take it for a week, don't take it a week. So, and he forgot the schedule.
Okay.
And that's basically what I've talked to said.
Whoops.
So, anyhow, so he's talking about having to get random drug testing, which I think is a good thing. Hey, I'm going to keep you on point now. And so, and you know, I'm getting bored with this. You know, if I'm Triple G, I'm thinking, I'm getting bored with this. I wanted to fight. The fight was set. You know, I gave you every opportunity. The first time, you didn't beat me the first time. Everyone knows it, except the one woman judge who did business. She did business. And so now we're going to do it again. I'm going to beat your ass better. But in the meantime, you just screwed up. So now you do it my way or forget it. I'll move on. And there's enough guys for him to fight. You know, it's funny because Vadas Motorosian stepped in, and I admire him very much. You know, if he got paid nice, don't get me wrong, but you know, is it worth taking a beating like that? He got hurt bad. So I admired Vadas Motorosian very much. But there's possible opponents that they were talking about Triple G fighting. One of them, as I said, is a contender, Jermall. The reason they say Jermall because he has a brother, Jermell.
Oh, okay.
But Jermall Charlo, who's 27-0, terrific fighter. Demetrius Andrade, as I spoke to, was a big, strong, middleweight, super middleweight, big, strong guy. He's 25-0. And then they got Ryota Murata from Japan. Now, even though he's 14-1.
Okay.
He's had numerous amateur fights, so he's much better than his record indicates, meaning he's had much more experience than the 14-1 record, numerous amateur experience. He's a beast. He keeps coming forward, and I've heard Tom Loeffler, Triple G's people, talk about going to the Tokyo Dome to fight him in Japan later this year, and possibly pairing them on a fight, putting him on the Triple G and Canelo fight, and then fighting him in December. You know,
I saw a little bit about that. Yeah.
If Triple G gets through, gets through Canelo, then fighting Murata in Japan in December, which would be a hell of a fight. This kid comes to fight.
This leads me to an interesting question. Is this the next great Asian fighter?
Oh, it could very well be. I mean, How about this? It's funny you brought that up. And I was just looking at records and stuff of guys, and found out, I'm looking at it, and I seen the straw weight. Now, straw weight, ladies and gentlemen, straw weight is up to 108 pounds. You know, I mean, it's...
So like that little rooster in the Foghorn Leghorn cartoon.
I'm sorry. They have featherweight, which is 112 pounds. Junior featherweight, I mistake. Junior featherweight up to 108.
Okay.
Up to 105 is straw weight. Straw weight is up no more than 105 pounds. They're like jockeys. In other words, you got jockeys. But the guys you find are in Asia, in Mexico, South America. Get a lot of these smaller guys.
Generally, smaller stature folks.
Yes. But they fight. They fight their ass off. They fight. There's a fighter there who's 50-0.
No kidding.
And I'm gonna kill the name. His name's Wanheng Menayothin. Wanheng. Menayothin. Menayothin.
That's about as close as I
50
get
then.
to.
Yeah, thank you. 50-0. I mean, how come we don't hear about this guy? See, that's what I'm saying. We always say Mayweather wanted to be, he wanted to get the Rocky Marciano, he got to 50-0 or what,
Yeah.
49-0. This is a real fighter. He's 50-0.
Wow.
Right? And he's talking about being the greatest.
That's amazing.
I was talking about the greatest of all time. One of my favorite fighters of all time, Ricardo Lopez. Finito Lopez was 50-0.
Wow.
Fought a guy, and they had a draw. So they had a rematch, and Finito beat him and retired. 51-0-1. So how can you talk about great records? This is what I'm talking about. But the Finito, I apologize, I keep messing with this. I'm going to be doing this all day. It's bothering me. But how about that? So we talk about greatest of all time. Those are the type of guys we should be talking about.
I
mean,
see.
real fighters fighting real guys up to the end.
Right.
But and not taking away Floyd's a special fighter. Stop people. Don't keep writing in. He's a special fighter. He's the greatest of the 12-round era. And I clarify for the 12-round era.
That's right. You better.
Yes.
You have to.
But here's, let me give some, before I get Joe, some possible fights for Triple G coming up. These are guys being talked about. Again, Jamal Charlo, 27-0. Ryota Murata, 14-1, but he's better than that. He's a beast, this guy. He's a beast. He'll make a great fight. Demetrius Andrade, 25-0. But there's a couple guys at 154. Junior middle, we're talking about moving up. They could move up to fight Triple G. One of them being Jarrett Hurd. Jarrett Swift Hurd, 22-0. Could fight, can punch like a son of a gun. Jermell Charlo, Jamal's twin brother, who's 30-0. So those are two guys at 154. They could easily move up, possibly Triple G. And so here we go. The last thing I'll say, I was looking at the records. There was a guy, again, in the straw weight. We were talking about the straw weight up to 105 pounds.
Right.
This is his name. He's 17-0. Knockout CP Freshmart.
Okay.
Knockout CP Freshmart.
I can
Sounds
accept
like a rapper's
that.
name. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't know where he's from. And, but that name goes up. And so, Wanheng Menayothin, the 50-0, I believe he's from Thailand. But he's he's from the Asian countries. So, and a lot of great fighters, man. A lot of great fighters. A lot of on the horizon for Triple G. And I think there's a lot of good opponents. He's on the downside of his career. When I mean the downside, not that he's looking like he's really dropping off, but I mean he's had a lot of fights in the period. He's 34 years old. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Dory.
No, it's okay. And so,
All right, you got a bunch of messages coming
let's go.
in.
Give it to me.
All right,
Man,
first one
I
comes from Gina and George from Los Angeles. They say, Ray, happy birthday to your beautiful wife, Tina.
Thank you, Georgie and Gina. I appreciate it very much.
And then you want to do the
Oh,
ones
yeah.
from the chat there?
Yeah, and I've got a couple chiming in on Facebook. Not only our good friend Scott from Birmingham.
Oh, Scott.
Sorry, Scott, I said that with a Liverpool accent. I apologize. Also, his friend Mark Vickers from Wolverhampton is chimed in. And Rick Ransome says hello, and we've got quite the international audience
I
going
was just
on.
going to say, man,
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Has anybody else in Youngstown got an international audience like that?
Nobody, and it's going to get bigger because you know what's coming up. We got to remind everybody. Not only are we're going to have the Streamcast live twice a week, we're also going to be putting it in a podcast form so that those who can't catch the show live can dig in on
Beautiful.
the podcast
Yeah, I
on their
appreciate that.
phones
I
and
appreciate
whatnot.
it. And
So
I hope you people watch. I hope you
beautiful
people watch.
things coming.
We're trying to make it fun. We're trying to keep it interesting. And as I said, as soon as it stops being interesting, we'll get off. you know. So, but
You could look. I'm not just saying this to kiss your butt, Ray. You could never stop being
my
interesting.
man, fight.
I'm not just saying that to kiss your ass.
You're Mate
Okay?
God's ear, baby. You're Mate God's ear. So, but you know, there's like the fight game. I've said this repeatedly. The fight game is on the decline. I mean, it's never going to be on the downside. I mean, yeah, without national television, they put some bad fights on television. Don't get me wrong. Without national television, we'll never have the same popularity. But
Oh yeah.
there's going to be tremendous fighters. Every era, new fighters coming all the time. Tremendous amount of fighters. Tremendous era fighters. And there's so many good ones now. I just wish we had the 15-round era. I mean, still 15 rounds, because that would separate so many of these guys. A lot of guys any 10-round fighter go 12. Very few go 15. And the last 3 rounds, man, are known as the dog rounds. That's the one that makes the difference between champs and chumps, pretenders from contenders.
Yeah.
So I wish we still had it. But no,
that's the grind.
I was at the Ohio Athletic Commission meeting today, and they were talking about going back to morning up weigh-ins, the morning up. I said, oh man, New York's been talking about that for a long time. But the networks are against it. The networks don't want to do it because if a guy don't make weight the night before, he'll make it by the morning of. But if we're doing the weigh in the morning of, 8 o'clock weigh-in like we fought, and he don't make it by noon, fight's off. So too many people were getting threatened with lawsuits. The networks were getting threatened with lawsuits by the advertisers saying, hey, I paid for a title fight, not a non-title fight. So the advertisers had to pay back money, and it just caused a lot of headache for a lot of guys. So let's not get it twisted, folks. The 12-round, the weigh-in the night before is a TV decision, not a medical decision. There's absolutely no medical proof, substantiating proof to show that, in fact, it's the opposite. Too many guys load up and they make the weight of 154 and they jump to 175 by water, and they just indulge in so much food and drink during the next 24 hours, 12 to 14 hours, they go up 20 pounds. So these guys, it's the opposite. It does not help you if you win the night before instead of the morning of. That was a TV decision strictly because guys weren't making weight and they didn't want to try to make weight. And so instead of saying we have a title fight, the networks would say we have a non-title fight, and they had to get threatened with lawsuits by the advertisers, so they paid a lot of money back and said, look, the night before, that's great for us, and we're going to keep it that way. So that's it. TV said, I tell people, TV is the real promoter. TV controls everything, as we know. The TV
including our minds.
If the TV network said we're not showcasing any more fights, title fights or anything, unless it's 15 rounds and morning of weigh-ins, or just morning of weigh-ins even.
Yeah.
We should go back to 15 rounds. Is what I'm saying. The point is,
that. You've been saying that a long time.
Forever, yeah. Thank you.
Hey, we got a couple of questions here from the Facebook page. Our friend Rick Ransom wants to know your opinion on Triple G versus Billy Joe Saunders.
Interesting fight. Billy Joe Saunders is a tough guy. From England, from the UK. Could fight. He's a southpaw. I don't think he handles the pressure that the Triple G will put on him. It's a lot of people talk about Triple G this, Triple G that. Everybody that Triple G has fought, and not only the opponents, sparring partners. Sparring, you're wearing the big padded gloves, you're wearing headgear, you're wearing, and he's broken guys' ribs, so they're wearing body pads. They've all said the same thing. And I've heard a guy who's a guy I know, Donovan George, who's a light heavyweight out of Chicago, who has sparred with Adonis Stevenson, sparred with Sergey Kovalov, sparred with a lot of top light heavyweights in the heavyweights, and sparred with Triple G. He said by far, Triple G hits the hardest.
Yeah.
Now, those are the guys you listen to. The guy's been in it with everybody.
He's a bad man.
So when Triple G hits you, it changes people, man. It's the old saying, my guy said, everyone's got a plan till they get hit. It's the truth. Everyone thinks Triple G this, Triple G that, until he bangs you with a body shot, and he makes, he hits you in the right side, it comes out your left side.
Yeah.
That
was my rib.
Exactly. He makes you pee blood for a week.
Oh, jeez.
He makes you taste yesterday's lunch. That's anything else? Any other? So that's when you guys are gonna bang a body. So everybody, don't get it twisted, folks. This guy can punch, and that's why all these guys, when they get the opportunity, they ain't jumping at the chance to fight Triple G. He never said he didn't fight nobody. Nobody was jumping at the chance when he called out everybody, from Floyd Mayweather to Andre Ward, when Andre Ward was 168.
Yeah.
He said he'd move down, and Triple G said he'd move up if you wanted. Nobody was calling him out.
You just made me think of of a kind of an R-rated version of that. Like he hits so hard that if you feel something hairy crawling up your throat, swallow it because it's your balls. You know? That's how hard he hits.
This is a PG show, man. Where we going with this? Where we going with this, Mike?
Hey.
Bleep. If we had a complete, but we ain't bleep. We're uninhibited. What's my line? Unadulterated.
This coming from the man that dropped an F-bomb on his second show.
Did I do that? I know. I felt bad.
Hey,
and I had a guy at church say, "Hey, but when the priest said, I'm going to be," or he's a layman. He's a layman doing mass. He said, "Hey, I love you. I'm going to listen to your show." I'm not sure that's good. Not sure it's a good thing.
We got another our friend Mark Vickers again over in the UK. He thinks he's a big Josh Taylor fan, but he thinks Postal may be a fight too soon. Do you agree or disagree?
I don't know much about Josh. Was it Josh Taylor?
Yeah.
I don't know much about him. I've heard the name.
Mm-hmm.
Postal is a tough fighter. Victor Postal. Postal. But we all say Postal, of course. But he's a Ukrainian fighter from. I believe he's Ukrainian. He's from Russia. He's from the Soviet Union. But they believe he's Ukrainian. Victor Postal can fight. Can't punch real big. Not a big puncher. He's tall, awkward as heck. The worst type of guy to fight. Worst type of guy.
Why is that?
Because he's awkward. He moves good. He throws straight punches, and you're gonna run into him. And then he got long enough reach where he's gonna get out of the way. So he got that big legs and long legs, and he throws straight punches, and he jumps way out. And even our local guy, Jake Chiricio, fought him.
Okay.
And then Jake fought as hard as anybody. And Jake, I love the way Jake fights. Jake's everything good about Youngstown boxing.
Okay.
Gives you honest day's work, comes in, gives you 100%, and he never cheats the fans. But he just couldn't catch Victor Postal, and Victor Postal just outboxed him, And Jake will be the first to tell you this guy's the worst type of guy to fight. Tall, rangy, not a big puncher, but throws straight punches, throws a lot of punches, and keeps moving on you. So. I don't know about Josh Taylor, but whoever his people are, they picked a bad opponent, meaning bad style. Styles make fights. Victor Postal is always going to be in an ugly fight. It's always going to be a difficult fight for anybody. Okay. Even if he wins ugly. If he loses, he loses ugly.
Right.
But it's always an ugly fight with him because he's tall, rangy, moves, he'll clutch, grab, push away. It's just worst type of guy to fight.
You can't get close to the guy.
Worst type of guy to fight, exactly.
Hey, something else that our friend Scott pointed out, and I would have to Google this to find it out, but not only is today your beautiful bride's birthday, but did something else happen in your life 36 years ago today?
Yes. It's my 36th anniversary of winning the world title.
Yeah,
about that. 36 years ago. Yes, May 8th of 1982. So, Scott, I appreciate you posting that. I seen you put a post up today. I do appreciate that, my brother. I truly do. And I love you for that. And it's a special day. It's a special day.
It's a special day for a lot of us, Ray, because I tell you this all the time, and you blush and act all humble, but I'm telling you, man, you were all we had.
Thank you.
You were all we had. And Scott, if you didn't live here at the time, this town, this valley was going to hell in a handbasket. This guy, he is the guy that took our pride with him all the way, baby.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
You're the favorite son, baby. Even better than Ed. Okay, not even Ed touches you, man.
Eddie O'Neill something, man. He's something. But let me tell you about my trip this weekend.
What'd you do?
Napa. Went to Napa.
Why?
Quick 3 days, but man, it was a needed 3 days. Went there on Thursday, got there Thursday night, came back Sunday. And I think I drank more wine over the last 3 days, and I ain't kidding you, than 10 guys going to Europe. Man, Napa, they're top. Let me just thank a very good friend, John Miles. John Miles is a local guy, Youngstown guy. He has a company, Steel Light.
Okay.
Steel Light, out in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I want to say Newcastle, Sharon. That that part very close. Not not that far outside the state, over the line.
Right.
But his company makes plates, glasses, for restaurants. Plates, glasses, and silverware, and just a generous man. I only met him over the last couple of years through Mikey Alberini, local restaurateur. And John invites every year for Derby weekend. He invites a bunch of people out. He pays for everybody, flies you in, puts you up, and he's probably blushing if I say he's a very humble man, and that's what I love about him. He wouldn't know, but it's all for a charity. It's a charity case. They have a cause out there, and this one was for, I didn't realize that for one of these mass shootings months ago, two people who do this, who help with this particular cause, that there's been this benefit, were two of the people shot and killed in Napa.
Oh, good Lord.
And it was up in Napa months ago. And I'm sure I heard of it on the news, but didn't pay much attention. So the money went to the family there. So John flies everyone out, buys all the wine, and I'm not just talking about it ain't Reuniti and Gallo.
It ain't Old Night Train Express.
It's the best wine. I'm gonna tell you that this wine was spectacular, spectacularity, man, off the chain. And 3 days of that, you're drinking, man, and just drinking wines and wines, and the food keeps coming. And I tell you what, it was like Caligula, man. I was drinking and eating like I was going, it's just unbelievable. And I just want to thank my friend John Miles, just a wonderful, wonderful man. Me and my bride had such a lovely time, and thank you, and thank my friend Mike Alrini for setting that up and making an intro.
I can't get the image out of my head of you like in a toga with one of those things, laid back.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
but I'm drinking that wine, man. Drinking that wine. And a lot of Youngstown people that came out. So bravo to you people who came out, supported the cause. And John, you raised a lot of money, man. A lot of money, and it's a beautiful thing you did. So our friend Carmen Policy out there. Our friend, former president of the 49ers. Also president for about a day and a half of the Cleveland Browns. And Carmen's living the life out there. He's out in Yountville, which is the Napa. That's where they play, Yountville. Like Yount Ville, Yountville. Like, remember Robin Yount, baseball player?
Okay, there you
spelled
go.
the same way. And it's just you think you're in wine country of Italy. You think you're in the Piemonte region, the Tuscany region of Italy. It's spectacular, man. It's just a lovely little town. I just couldn't say enough. The weather's spectacular. So our friend Carmen Policy had dinner with him a couple of nights, him and his bride, Gail, and it was great to see him. I ain't seen him in years, and he looks great, man. And that Napa living agrees with you, Carmen. It agrees with you, my brother. So it was just a wonderful time with everybody. So that's what I did this weekend, in and out. But it was, man, it was worth it. You need to get away.
I'm glad you had a good time. You're talking to a guy that barely gets to Trumbull County, okay?
Well, so you're saying when I was up in Yountville drinking you were at the Oaks, banging down the brew.
That's it.
You can't beat that.
Which reminds me, you got to go bowl. You want to go bowling?
Bowling.
My buddy bought a bowling alley.
Can't beat that. What's the name of the bowling? We'll give it a plug.
West Side Bowl.
West Side Bowl on West Side of Youngstown.
Yeah, it's over in the old Grand Lanes, over by Shenley on Mahoning.
Old Grand Lanes on Shenley, near Mahoning.
On Mahoning Avenue,
West Side.
right by Shenley and Hazelwood.
Go, man. I love.
Thanks for the plug, Ray.
Absolutely, a very unsolicited, unsolicited plug.
A couple text messages for you. Hey Ray, if you didn't box, what would you have done for a profession? You did well as an actor.
Well, I appreciate that, but I got into acting because of boxing, through boxing. Look, people always ask me that. Even the reporters used to say to me, if you weren't a fighter, what would you have done? I said, I can't answer that. I can't answer that because I didn't want to be anything else. That's all I ever wanted to do. I went to school. I was a good student. I'm not a great student. I was a B student. I could have been better, I'm sure, except the last year and a half of high school, I was just thinking of going to New York, being a pro. Especially, my teachers in the last half of the second half of my senior year had no shot. I had no shot of, paying attention to anything they were saying. But look, I can't answer, and that's what my answer is. And I truly mean that. I can't answer because I never thought of anything else. I always know what I wanted to be. I like to think I'd been successful in something else. I like to think, look, when you're young, I thought one time I was a good arguer in school and in the class. So I thought, well, be a lawyer, be a litigator. I could argue. That's what my teacher said. You'd be a good lawyer. You argue very well. I had the baseball. Maybe tried baseball. I had a professional baseball offer, and maybe take the shot. Take the shot, see where it goes.
No, see, I knew you were good, but I didn't know you had a scout.
The Toronto Blue Jays offered me a minor league contract, which, like I said, I can't say a whole lot about it because in 1979 was their second year in the league. I think they were offering anybody a contract.
Yeah.
They needed players,
Go give me some bums, yeah.
And, look, I like to think this. whatever I would have done, I'd have been successful because at that age, I was ready to take on the world. I was strong-headed, and I think whatever I had put my mind into, I would have succeeded. I would have overcame and been a champion in that arena, whatever arena it was. Thought of going to school, I had academics as well as academic scholarship to college. I went to college, I'm sure, to try to broaden my, further my education. But again, I don't have anything in particular mind. So it's just funny how my life, I wanted to be a fighter, and from that, other things have come. The acting, entertainment came because I've been represented by the William Morris Agency from 1983 on for commercial endorsements, commentary, appearances, and then I was getting acting offers, and I was never able to take advantage of them. But they were, I was making for TV shows and things like that. A couple of movies, I was able to get offers for movies, but never was able to take advantage. So when I lost the love for the fight game and I retired, I told my agent, I want to try it. I want to do this. And he said, well, you got to, as we talked last week, he said, well, you got to be out here. You got to be where the action is. And that's when I moved to Los Angeles in June of 1985. And again, I tell people, we said it last week, and I'm going to repeat it for those who missed it. I said the old saying is, you know what? If you go, I went to LA. Why? Because to be in the entertainment business, that's where you got to be. I moved to New York when I was 18. Why? Because as a fighter, that's where I had to be. It wasn't happening here in Youngstown. So the old saying is, if you go fishing, you got to go to the water, right? So I went to the water. So,
all right, your next one here, more international audience. Your old coach, Johnny Ziz, watching from Toronto, Ontario.
Man. Hey,
Youngstown proud.
Let me tell you something. My man Johnny Ziz is the best baseball mind I've ever played. We played 3 years for Ziz. We won the championship twice. And Johnny Zizzo. And he's coached and he's scouted for professional teams. And Ziz, I appreciate you watching. I'm glad you got the link. I sent it to him. So that leads me to my best kept secret. My best kept secret is my man, Johnny Zizzo's son, Jack Zizzo. Yeah. And Jack Zizzo trained, he lived in Austin, he lived in California, he traveled to Southwest, he lived in New York, and studied under some of the best chefs. And now he's got his own place here in Youngstown, and I'm going to get the name, Ziz, you send me the name of it, and it's in the Draught House, downtown. Is that that is a Draught House, right? The Draught House.
Draft House.
Not the Draft House, the Draught House, right?
That's Draft House.
Is that it?
Just
okay.
20 spelling.
Okay, thank you. It's called Space Cat.
Oh, yeah?
Go in there. It's a little window. I love Jack.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
He sells, when we say tapas, but small plates.
Yeah.
Small plates. Order fresh, handmade. My man Jack trained around, and the best kept secret for me downtown. Another best kept secret. If you go to get down to the Draft House or any of these places, but you want to get something quick, delicious, and inexpensive.
Yeah.
Small plates. My man Jack Zizzo has the best joint down there for that type of food.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Draft House, the Space Cat inside Draft House. It's in the back, and my man and
I've been hearing rumors about this place.
And Ziz, I don't know if Jack's taken it. Such a handsome kid. I'm assuming he's got somebody, but if he ain't, Jack, ladies, tell you what a handsome son of a gun this kid is. So he can not only is a handsome kid, he cook you whatever you want. Get that kid like dinner, little chablis, little red wine.
The ladies will be going down for something to eat and some eye candy for dessert.
Oh, my man. My man. Again, G-rated show, G-rated show. He's taking us to R, man, right away. But
I'm lucky I'm staying away from the exes, brother.
So, yes, best kept secret Youngstown. The Space Cat for food, quick bites, easy bites, great bites at the Draft House at downtown Youngstown. That's my man. And Johnny, I appreciate it. Ziz, I appreciate you listening from Toronto. And again, we got, get the international feel, man. I love that. Hey, I want to ask I want to ask my friend Scott in Birmingham. My wife told me stop doing the bam, don't do the bamming, don't do that, don't do it no more. So I said I wouldn't.
You just
Scott,
did.
I have Scott. What's Father Carmine? Why isn't Father Carmine calling in? Where's Father Carmine?
Well, Scott says say hello to Father Carmine. Maybe if you say hello to Father Carmine,
Well,
he'll
Father
appear.
Carmine, yes. Hello, Father Carmine. Father, can you throw me down a blessing? Just throw me down a blessing before I go to my fight. Rocky, Rocky won. If anybody, I didn't know quite the way he did it, but it was similar, so it was good. But anyway, Carmine is one of the best chefs in Birmingham. I mean, if not the best, he's tremendous. So we're talking. How long we going? How long we've been doing?
We've been on about 30.
Oh, okay, ladies. No, I always say I like to find out where, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it moving fast. Like I said, we've done some shows. I think the least show we did was close to 15 minutes. Other than that, we've done like an hour. One show went an hour 17. And, you know, I just want to keep it fresh. If it ain't moving quick, if I'm not got new thoughts, if I have to think of things, then I'm going to cut it short. So feel free to text in, to call, email, whatever, to give me some ideas, please.
I have never seen you run out of ideas, though, the whole time I've known you. I've
appreciate
never
it,
seen you
I
run out of
appreciate
ideas, bro.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. So,
What do you got?
we talked about LeBron and the Cavs. I'm going to tell you, people said, is he the best ever? He's the best of this generation. Absolutely, by far. One of the top 5. We'll go down as one of the top 5, along with. But see, it's hard to say best ever. I hate when people say best ever.
Yeah.
People still talking about Bill Russell being the best ever. Bill
For his
Russell
era,
was the best.
for his
Bill
era.
Is the best of that era. I mean, if you talk the most dominating player in the history who changed the game. Listen, Leonardo, my son, because me and him argue about this all the time. Who changed the game?
Yeah.
Rules were changed. It's Wilt. Wilt
It's
changed
gotta
the
be
game.
Wilt. It's got to be Wilt.
Wilt
They had to
has got-
rewrite the rule book.
So of course, Kareem, top 5. So if you're talking about top 5 players of all time, you got Wilt, Kareem, MJ, Magic, Bird. Period. Now, the second generation, after that, right after that, you got Kobe, LeBron, Kevin Garnett. I don't know who's going to be after.
It's a
Maybe
different
Steph.
it's a
but
different game, though.
Durant maybe come in. Not yet. Eventually.
Yeah.
So my point being is, yes, you know, LeBron and the Cavs, is he carrying them? Absolutely. We did that.
Sure.
That was tremendous. But you know, but K-Love's getting a double-double. You got Korver coming off the bench, dropping dimes. You know, when you get a guy like Korver come up and drop dimes, he opens the floor up. Then you got to come out, opens up the middle. So that's why it's called a true team game. Yes. Let me just say this.
Okay.
Larry Bird, I used to love it.
Oh, I
And
love
this is the
those
best-
Celtics teams.
Larry Bird used to say, and this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And I've heard Kenny Smith last night talking about it. He said, LeBron's going to get his. We know that. Larry Bird said this about Michael Jordan every time they play. He goes, look, we know Michael's going to get his. We know he's going to get 30, 40. Let him have it, as long as we shut everyone else down.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Kenny Smith said. LeBron's going to get his. You got to shut the other guys down.
Yeah.
You can't let the guys, you can't let Korver bang down the 3, which I'm glad, but he moves around so much, and he's a dead-on spotter, shooter. K-Love comes out for the 3, he bangs down the 3, then he does a head fake, takes it to the inside. Last night he was showing some inside moves. I mean, you got to love it. Then you got J.R. Smith, banging down the 3. I mean, they open the floor. I love this team right now. And the young blood, Clarkson, I love the Clarkson. I love our point guard, the new. I love Larry Nance Jr. And who's the is that Clarkson? Yeah, Clarkson's the point guard. Yes, the new point. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so I mean he's coming in. I heard they were talking about getting this Robin Hood in, and they asked him to go, and he refused to go in. And then he apologized later to the team but man, you lose credibility with your teammates. He asked you to put you in, he didn't want to go because what? His butt was hurt that he wasn't put in earlier. Anyhow.
Hey, real quick, Ray, Father Carmine says, ciao bella.
Hey, bello, come va?
And
My
Scott
man,
says,
Carmine, you the bestest. You're the bestest, brother.
Scott says him and Carmine are coming over to Youngstown this summer.
I hope. Now, I know you're supposed to go to a food show in Chicago. Is that still Chi-Town? And then from there, you're going to come here because I got you hooked up. We got you clear, taken care of. Just let me know when you're coming. Everyone keeps asking me. My mother-in-law, my bride, dad keep asking, are you coming in? So we want to make sure. But Carmine, you're the best, man. You're the best. And where's some of them? You gotta wear your uniform, man. You gotta wear your kilt. You gotta wear the kilt. It's like they're over there, man.
But I see now I'm going to make the show.
Father Carmine, he's the best. So
see, there I go. I was going to take the show R again.
Here we go.
I have a good kilt joke, though.
We'll save that for Father Carmine.
Okay.
Let me tell you another thing I was just watching. I was reading today, and they had the power rankings of the NFL draft. We're going to power ranking who had the best draft, what teams. So here's the top
What's the
5.
breakdown?
Here's the top 5. Number 5, they got the Vikings.
Yeah.
Number 4, the Saints. Number 3, the Steelers. How about that? Number 2, the Patriots. And number 1, the Eagles.
Okay.
Okay, that's the top 5. The second 5. Number 10 was the Chiefs. Number 9, the Packers. Number 8, the Falcons. Number 7, the Jags. Number 6, the Rams. I actually like the Rams this year. I think I might, jump on that with bandwagon because I really don't have a team anymore.
you
really.
break-
I want,
break
but you
my
know where
heart.
our Brownies, who we had the first 4 pick, I thought they were drafted pretty good. I thought, but you know,
It wasn't a horrible draft.
But you know where they were picked for having power rankings
Were
of the
they-
draft? 31 out of 32 teams.
I'm starting to wonder if it's just to the point where people have such low expectations of the Browns that they don't give them anything at all.
Mike, you might be right, brother.
We've talked about this before too, because even though neither of us are really Browns fans, you gotta feel for them.
You want to see him do well,
That's
man.
going
Of
to be
course.
huge
Of
for
course.
those people if they can
And,
turn that program around.
Also, I was watching earlier. This is for local people, so just so you know, local town. These my guys, the burger guys.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
famous. So
Anthony
they
and the
do.
guys.
Anthony Fuda. They go to all the burger joints around town and find out the best burger. So they have brackets. It's funny. They do it like the NCAA,
Right.
with the brackets. So down to Sweet 16. So today, the one that they did, I was watching today was the lime tree, which is the lime tree, which is at what is lime tree?
It's up in Warren,
Oh
ain't it?
yeah, 187 Market Street in Warren versus the Sunrise Restaurant, Sunrise Inn, which is at 510 Market. So my point is they're only a couple blocks away.
Battle of Market Street.
Battle of Market Street in Warren, and the lime tree won.
That
The
does-
burger.
that doesn't
2 out of
surprise
3. 2 out of 3. They had 3 judges. 2 of them picked, but the one did. It wasn't no unanimous. And then for Mahoney County, they had Bogey's Restaurant up there in Camel on 616 in Lowville. All right, right off 616, and Coach's Burger Bar down here at the 5 Points, where I live right behind there.
Those I've had, those are good.
Yeah, they're all good. And again, 2 of the 3 judges give it to Bogies.
Really?
So if anybody's a burger nut, hey, look, we're a plethora of knowledge, man. We give
Coaches-
little tidbits here and there.
Coaches gets into finals usually though,
Yeah,
don't
man,
they get
good,
usually close?
it's good. But it's all burger. If you're a burger fan, that's
what we got to do though is what we're doing is we're not just talking about local stuff, but we're spreading the Youngstown
Right.
Revolution worldwide. So we're telling our friends
In the
that
UK.
are coming from the UK,
Yeah, man.
and
And I'm-
Birmingham.
Yeah.
He has to say it with a Liverpool accent again. He comes over, he's going to choke me when he gets here. But yeah, we're telling people where to go when they come to our fair city.
Good.
You want a
That's
burger?
it.
You
That's
go to
it.
that joint.
Joe. Where we at?
We're good.
Well,
We're at quarter till. We're good.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, here we're gonna go. I'm gonna give my my top. Now, the gentleman who takes us the first week we were on, we had Ed O'Neill on.
Yeah.
It was our second show,
Yes.
our first guest, and of the new revamped Boom Boom Room.
Yeah.
New, revamped, revised. So we were talking about top 5 R&B bands, and then we did top R&B singers.
Right.
And then this gentleman, I don't know what the guy's name was, and I don't mean no disrespect, sir, whoever you are, please email back anytime. He said, "What about Sinatra?" And that's why I said, no, I didn't say crooners, I said R&B singers. But since you sent in about Frank Sinatra, top 5 crooners, I'm going to give you my top 10, okay? And these guys we just missed.
I'm
Okay.
keeping notes because I want to
So,
see where I'm going to argue.
Here
with
we
you.
go. Top 10. Number 10, Louis Armstrong, Old Satchmo. Louis,
Yeah.
I gotta love Louis Armstrong, man. He could sing with that voice, yeah, man, he sing like that. I can't do his voice, I have a terrible voice, but we all get it. Yeah, you get that guy. Number 9, Bing Crosby. Now, a lot of people would have Bing Crosby a lot further up. I got it.
Der Bingle, as the Germans called him.
They're bingo.
Yeah, that's what he was popular.
Bingo.
They called him Der Bingle.
They're bingo. I mean, and you know with all the.
I would know that with all that
that's your
goofy
thing.
stuff I
That's
do
my
on the
man. You know the
weekends.
history of that stuff. Yes. Number 8, Perry Como.
Ah, there you go. That's my mom's favorite.
Number 7, Mel Torme. Oh, Mel Torme was flat out bad. Number
the
6,
Frog.
Johnny Fontaine himself, El Martino. Johnny
Yeah.
Fontaine, you remember?
Oh,
The late-
John-
From the
oh.
Godfather 1. Godfather. Oh, Godfather. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You can be a man. Okay. Anyhow,
That reminded me
you
of something
get,
funny.
you get tidbits. You get tidbits, man.
I'll
You get
show-
little bites.
You reminded me of something funny. I
Yeah.
got to show you after the show. Go
You
ahead.
get- So, number 6, El Martino. Number 5, my man Jerry Vell. And I got to be good friends with Jerry Vell. I used to actually have lunch with Jerry Vell and El Martino together.
No kidding.
They were good friends, and we used to have lunch at the Cafe Roma. They were wonderful guys. I love Jerry Vell. He was wonderful, man. God bless him.
I haven't thought of him in years.
Oh, Jerry Vell, one great singer. Number 4. Now, so a lot of people are going to argue with me about this, and I know this because Frank Sinatra said this is the greatest voice ever. He said he had the greatest voice. And I saw him, and he was great, and he's still around. He's still doing it. Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Tony Bennett. And a lot of people think he should be 1 or 2, but for me, number 4, and he could be number 3, but he's number 4 and I'll think. Number 3, Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole, man, my man, he got flavor, man. He had flavor. Now, here's where I'm going to run into problems. We're going to get emails about this. We're going to get and I know this ahead of time. Number 2 for me was all Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
Because people say, why is he number 1? He's number 1. For me, number 1 was the man, I'm going to tell you. People ask me, well, I'll tell the story afterwards. Number 1 for me is the man from right down the street, Steubenville, Ohio, Dino Crocetti, Dean Martin.
Thank you.
Dean Martin was the number 1 recruiter for me. I'm just saying for me, folks. I mean, Frank Sinatra, I got to know. And you know what? I got to know Frank Sinatra. Sammy Davis Jr. I met all the Brat Packers except one guy, Dean Martin. I never got a chance to meet him before he passed.
You know what, though?
I was heartbroken.
Purely vocally, I agree with that 110% because personally, I think that Dino had better range vocally.
Well, here's the...
and he could cross over.
He did, but that's what I was going to say.
A lot of crossover.
When I first went out to L.A., and I was doing interviews early on, and people said, who would you like to pattern your career after? If I could have if someone in the entertainment business I can have pattern my career after, I used to say Dean Martin. I go, Dean Martin? I said, people forget. He was a wonderful actor, great actor, from the great movies of all time. And Dino Martin was with any of them. He was a wonderful actor. He sang like a bird, so beautiful, that voice. He has such great range, as you just said. Beautiful. So handsome. Every woman wanted to be with him, and every guy wanted to be him.
Yeah.
I said, Dean Martin, man, that's
cool.
the guy.
That's a cool guy.
He was the best. And I read his biography. And it's interesting because I used to hear this from people who didn't know him, and they knew the whole Brat Pack.
Right.
He'd go to bed at 10 o'clock. After the show, everyone thought he was a drinker. He always had, they said they had ginger ale or iced tea in the cup. He wasn't a drinker.
Right.
So, and when his wife would throw parties, his wife would throw parties at the Hollywood home, he'd go to bed upstairs. They'd go, where's Dino? 10 o'clock. He got up 6 o'clock every day to go play golf. He played golf. And he was up. So if party was at his house, he was going to bed. Yeah. So everyone thought he was out banging around at night with Frank Sinatra, Sammy, and all the rest, Joey Bishop.
It was all hype.
All hype. He didn't drink a lot. He got to bed early. He loved to get up. And here's the one thing. Frank Sinatra liked to schmooze with the guys, the boys. And that's, Vegas, that's what. They made Frank Sinatra and the guys.
Sure.
But Dino didn't want no part of it. They said that Dino, he was social, and he was cordial, but he didn't want no part of that. I said, well, that's interesting, coming from Steubenville, and Dino was a croupier at the Jungle Inn.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Here in Youngstown, in the mid '40s. Mm-hmm. So before he got his big break.
Yeah.
From my understanding, I don't know how true this is, but I've heard one of the stories that goes around, whether it's legend or not. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jungle Inn was a gambling parlor here, right outside of Youngstown in Liberty Township, which is considered Trumbull County, next county over. But it was a couple square mile radius. It was called something corner, a Flag's Corner, something. That was
can't think of the name
unincorporated.
again.
So the Mahoning County police and had no jurisdiction. Trumbull County had no jurisdiction because it was uninhabited. It was an unincorporated piece of land. So the Jungle Inn was considered the greatest gambling joint from New York to Chicago, Atlantic City to Chicago, in the late 30s, early 40s, all the way through the 40s. I think it opened 1933, 34. It closed like 1948.
Yep.
Right after the Second World War. But they said all the top guys performed there. And they say Dean Martin was a croupier there. And they said to him one night, we understand that you can sing. He said, well, our lead, and he said, yeah. And he said, our lead, the show, the guy who was the lead, whoever was the head of who was the show that night fell out. And they put Dean Martin on stage and he sang. I suppose that was his first big, in front of an audience. That was his big break. How true it is, we don't know. Either way, he went on to have great fame and fortune and success and Dino Martin is my #1 crooner of all time. So if you feel free to agree or disagree, please text or call in or anything else you feel.
I don't think I can argue with that list very well.
appreciate that.
Where do you put Mario Alonso?
Mario Alonso was a great save too. Yeah, I mean he's one of those guys in there. Of course, there's a couple guys on the outskirts. I just said a couple guys just missed. Mario Alonso, Billy Eckstein, Paul Anka was a crooner early on, and Bobby Darin. People don't realize Bobby Darin was a crooner, but of course he did pop and later on. But he was a crooner.
One of my absolute favorites,
Yeah.
Bobby Darin. I
Well,
remember the old
one of the
Bobby
greatest
Darin show
performers, all right.
because I used to see it on TV when I was
Yeah.
like wee little,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
still one of my favorites. Somewhere beyond the sea. Love that
he was
guy.
great, man. He was great. And Billy Eckstein, man, he was great. So anyhow, that's just my, look, if you have anything you want me to do, any top 5 that you want me to give my top 5 list of, send us your suggestion and we'll do it. But until then, Joe, we're looking to get out of here?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
good.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to me tonight. I appreciate you joining for another round of the Boom Boom Room. If you should feel up to it, please come back again. On Thursday, we'll be back at the same time. We're going to go back at the same time at 5 o'clock.
Good
We'll be
with
at
me.
5 o'clock. We're changing
And,
it.
and then we want to remind everybody to check out the podcast, right,
Check
Joe?
out the podcast, please. Check out the Boom Boom Room podcast, and we'll hope you enjoy it. So until then, thank you very much for your time. I hope we'll see you again for another round of the Boom Boom Room. Take care of each other, love each other. Good night and God bless.